got a plan and I got a vision. You don't understand and you can get missing. I won't let you ruin my tribe with division. I'm taking aim and I shoot with precision. I'm really the girl that these girls wanna be. So naturally feminine, but still a G. Where she get her vibe, she stole it from me. Where she get her, but I'm never tripping, you know how I do. I'm glad I could sprinkle some game on you, boo. I just let souls flow to me like water. Stunning these boys and these girls are my daughter. Aquarius energy, ho, I'm too wavy. 25 and I still ain't got no babies. I'm making sure that the path that I'm paving is sturdy enough to maintain a foundation. I'm talking knowledge of self and creation. God in the flesh, legends in the making. My babies gon' know what they bring to the table. If you disrespect, then they flipping the table. Make sure they know that they are fully able to manifest what they imagine, no favor. I'm talking home birth and homeschool, ain't no cable. Immediate raising my children, you crazy. You do what you want. I'm not into hating, but I'm just different. The picture I'm painting, yeah, that shit vivid. I hope you can see. But it do not matter, cause it's meant for me. Me and you ain't got the same prescription. I got a plan and I got a vision. You don't understand and you can get missing. Peace, peace. Hey, y'all. Hey, Mike Kiana here. And today I'm talking to the one and only Mick Shontay. I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
I feel like I suck at introductions, but my name is Mick Shontay, from North Philly, rapper, business owner, musician, writing coach, everything.
Period. Okay, yes. I'm super excited to sit down with you today for several reasons. One being, I'm a big fan of your music. I'm a fan of your work ethic, being an artist myself. I'm a fan of the work that you do outside of music as well when it comes to the youth. So I want to dive into all of that in this interview. And the first question to open up that floor, I want to ask, who is Mick Shontay?
I feel like I am a culmination of my ancestors and the kids that I'm around now. Like, I don't know really how to answer who I am because I'm not the same person every day. Yeah. I'm not even the same person from like hour to hour, like, so.
Yeah, we always changing.
Yeah. So
I like the answer though. You said you are your ancestors and you are the children that you're around today. That's like a real comprehensive full circle answer that a lot of people might not think about when you say like, who are you? They might go straight to talking about themselves in an egotistical kind of way, and you didn't do that.
Yeah. No, because like it is, I get what you're saying, because sometimes you ask people who they are and they start talking about like what they do, but that's not who you are, it's what you do.
Right. That's a fact. Thank you for that perspective. So with that being said, what experiences would you give credit to making you who you are today? I know that's a very big and broad question, but if you could think about some key experiences that you went through.
I would say the beginning portion of like my school teaching, because for kindergarten, first grade, and part of second grade, I went to Catholic school. So that put me ahead of pretty much everybody once I transferred to a public school.
Okay.
In the middle of the hood, and it propelled me for the remainder of my education. Also, like,
what would you say that? I'm sorry.
Also, like, even on I wouldn't say a negative side because it was a good time at the time because I didn't know what was going on. But like living in a bando at 6, 7 years old, I had a lot of experiences there that like I think about to this day. And moving around a lot, going to different schools, like those things made me who I am because I had to always be able to adapt to new surroundings, new rules, new people.
Adaptability is definitely a key trait for people in general. More so when you think about being a woman, a black woman, being raised in the hood of Philadelphia. Adaptability is definitely a key trait. Was there anything else you wanted to add to that point?
No, I feel like that's like a good basis, because like with those answers, you could go listen to the music and get a more in-depth understanding of what I mean. By like I had to move a lot. I lived in a bando. Like I went to certain schools that changed my outlook on education, or like I had the family that I had. Like school for me was never hard because at 3-4 years old, I was learning how to read because my grandma felt like it was a necessary thing.
Okay.
Like first grade, I'm doing multiplication and long division because my aunt understood that like you're gonna have to know how to count your money.
Mm-hmm.
So like that was a mandatory, like it wasn't an option. I was gonna learn it and know it regardless of like if I wanted to or not.
I love that. I feel like a lot of times today we make things an option, which shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And it's hard navigating it. Even myself, I work with children, and I'm an aspiring parent, so it's like you wanna.
I've never heard that put like that.
But for sure, yeah. You wanna make sure you're not like too hard, or you giving freedom and you giving room for decision making and things like that. But at the same time, it's certain things that should be instilled as law. So navigating it is kind of tough. And with that, what would you say some of those things are, in your opinion?
Like the things that should be mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like respect, manners, cause like even like how I work with kids. If you hold the door for these, they would just walk right through the door. Like they won't say thank you. They don't even know that they're supposed to. Like it's nothing to them.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And in my field of work, they actually say we don't teach manners. So
yeah,
that's definitely a part of
those things can get you a long way, without you being smart or like business minded or just knowing how to operate around people and conduct yourself in certain environments. Like can get you from one level to the next.
Mm-hmm. Do you talk about these things in your course, Write Better? I'm sorry, can you tell me the name of your course? Rhythm and Poetry?
Yeah.
Okay.
I switched the name. But, yeah, but not in the sense of teaching them, like, purposefully. Like, it's not like I put it as part of the curriculum. It's like when those moments arise, I tell them, like, this is what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Naturally in the
environment. Yeah. So it's not like today we're gonna learn about being thankful.
Mm-hmm. No. Right. And I think that's so cool. That's one of the things that I was saying I admire about you as a person. You personify the morals that you often write and rap about.
Yeah.
So shout out to you for that. You are somebody who's very knowledgeable in the music industry, and I've known that from interacting with you through the creative community and the group chat initially is where I was like, Mick know a lot about like the business behind the music. So where did that intention come from to be business oriented as a creator?
It was never for the business. It's because of my foundation of like I'm a student of life because of my aunt and my grandma life. My aunt is in college still. She got degrees on degrees on degrees, and she just keep going back. Like, because it's so much that you can learn. And like my grandma told me, just like I told my sister yesterday, the only thing that anyone can never take from you is what you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just because I want to know. It was never because I want to build the business to this point. It adds and it helps me do those things, but for the most part, I know a lot of stuff before I have like the funds or the opportunity to where it is accessible to me. So like by the time I get to that point, I know what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just because I love to learn, and I love to learn what I love to learn. Like I don't subscribe to like you have to know this thing or this thing or this thing to be this.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Any more questions before the next question I wanted to ask you is, what knowledge would you give to artists, up and coming artists?
Follow Mick Shontay. That's like where you're gonna get the goods, because you follow Mick Shontay, you're gonna follow Reason Correct, you're gonna follow TJ, you're gonna follow Maya, and once you hit all of those areas, like if you specifically teaching self-love, and like I said, in my Not Like Us freestyle. Ree about to teach them how to get it, how to spend it when they get it. I'm about to teach them how to process their feelings. T could teach them how to profit from a building. We got so many different aspects of knowledge. Once you follow one of us, is like a snowball effect.
You plug in.
Yeah. So is follow us and you're gonna get the knowledge.
Period. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first, but y'all heard it again. That's love. I'm gonna let that breathe. I also wanted to ask you about the mini tour. Can you talk a little bit about that? What was that process like for you? I thought it was really cool and unique how you created it, because I haven't seen that per se. So can you talk about your intention behind it and then your experience?
So I wanted to do it.
To speeding.
So I wanted to ask you about your mini tour. That was something I thought was very unique. So I wanted to hear about your inspiration behind it and your experience.
So it was supposed to be longer than what it was, but I tore my AIFTL, which is this part that connects your foot to your shin, right? So I was down for like 6 weeks. So I couldn't perform, or I couldn't even walk up and down the steps for real for like the first like week and a half.
I think my leg hurt.
So by the time it came, once I got comfortable, like walking further than like around my block, I'm like I could perform, cause like my song's 3 minutes.
I love it.
I could perform. I could do.
As soon as I can, I'm gonna get big.
Cause I couldn't do it. I couldn't just be in the house. I couldn't just be sitting down, laying down. I wasn't with it. So when I constructed it, I looked at what I had left, what shows was still like that hadn't passed yet, the date hadn't passed yet. And it was the more prominent shows, like the Make Music Philly, which me and Reason got to be a part of Philadelphia history doing that. And he wasn't even supposed to perform. He just came to see me, and I told him, I'm like, did somebody didn't show up? I'm like, he could perform.
That's fire to say. That's the community. Is there anywhere that we can go look at it, like footage from it?
Footage from it, you can go to Make Music Philly on Instagram or Elements of Hip Hop, and see some of both of our performances, and also on my page, I did make a post that is a collaborator post with Reason, Elements of Hip Hop, and Make Music Philly. So yeah, it was just a matter of what shows were available and then how close together they were, because it was like 6 shows within like 3 weeks, which it was more than what I was used to doing, but I had also built up, like by the time I got to the mini tour, I had performed over 20 times this year from February to June. So it was like,
and that's before the tour.
Yeah, before it actually started.
Come on, work ethic.
So, and last year I had only performed 3 times in the whole year. So it was like 20 times within 4 months.
What do you think sparked that change?
A lot of things. It's a mixture of people doubting me and people believing in me, and then both of those things for myself, like doubting myself and believing in myself. Like my first interview with TJ, I talked about how like I've been doing it since I was 6 years old, but I never stepped out. Like I never jumped off the porch until I was 24. Like I never really was like, this is what I'm gonna do until I turned 24. I'm 26 now, so it's like I don't really got that much time to be on some young stuff. Like like I gotta do all the work now so that I could chill at 40 and not have to do nothing.
What? You ain't be doing something
I'm gonna be doing it, but I said not have to.
What?
Like I could be 40 ain't old. I don't feel like 40 old, but it's I probably ain't gonna be rapping at 40. Like, I don't.
What?
No.
Like-
I'm rapping at 40.
I'm not saying that I won't.
I could see
I'm
that.
not saying. I could see myself performing like what I got. Like, but
But
like.
you say you want it to be an option. You
Yeah,
want
like
it
I don't want it to be like I gotta do this to make my money. Like I'm just living life.
Right.
Like, and rapping is a part of it.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Living life.
Naturally getting paid for your gifts and talent.
Yeah.
I also wanted to talk to you about your journey as a creator. Can you talk about some of the challenges you faced?
Challenges, I would say, like, money can be a challenge because you gotta pay for everything. You gotta pay to get to this place. You gotta pay to get in. I don't pay to perform, but like, money could be a challenge. I feel like that's really the only challenge I got right now, because after I put out Paper Mache and after I sold out the release party, self-doubt was over with. Like, that was like not a real thing to me. Like, and I understood that it never was real. Like, I was just tripping.
And it took you to put that into the ether to manifest that actual event for you to realize, like,
Yeah.
ain't no point for me to doubt myself.
Yeah, so like the only challenge right now is the money part. And the money part is not like that much of a challenge. It's the trying to make an abundance of money so that I don't have to work a job. And even though the work that I do, I feel like is my life's work. Like, I don't work a regular job. I don't go to a place and feel like I cannot wait till I leave here. Yes, there are days that it's like I can't wait to get off, but like it's not like I don't even work year round. Like, that's not.
Can you talk a little bit about what you do for it?
I'm a writing coach for elementary school, so I teach them how to rap and write poetry and create their own music and start their artistry. In the wintertime, I coach basketball. I'm head coach for the girls team. In springtime, I'm an assistant coach for track. And then summertime, I teach them how to rap for like 6 weeks, and then I'm chilling. Like, I'm not working right now. Like, I'm chilling off of all the work that I did from September to now.
And then it's all youth related work all year.
All of it.
That's beautiful.
And that's what I'm saying. I do my life's work. Like, I don't go and it's no shade to nobody, because the people that's working these jobs that they don't want to work, you working it because you got to. And I got to the point where I couldn't do that no more. Like, it was burning me out. Like, literally, I didn't have nothing for nothing else. Like, I didn't have nothing for myself. I didn't have, like, when I say, like, not even positive energy, like, because I've never been a worker. Like, I watched my mom work 2 or 3 jobs my whole life and understood that, like, I'm never doing that. Like, I don't have that work ethic.
Yeah.
Like, I can work in the capacity that I work in and teach 5 days a week, perform 3 times out that week, and still then go chill with my sisters on the weekend.
Because it's like, it's connected to your soul.
Yeah, like, but like if I was still working at like Bojangles or something, bro, I don't know what I would be putting out. Like, I don't know what, like, I don't know what the music would be like. I don't know what, like, it would probably all be dark. Like, we wouldn't have got one of your hit for me being unhappy. Because that song came out of me thinking, like, literally, I don't have no positive, like, not positive because my music is never negative, but I never had anything that made me feel good. Like, I want to move, like, I want to dance, I never made songs like that because I was never in a state where it was like, I want to do that.
I love how you spoke on it in the way that the art reflects what the artist is going through at that time, or at least it should.
It's supposed to, yeah.
Yeah, I be trying to steer away from the should, but in the same breath as maintaining certain standards and laws, it should.
Yeah. Got another question?
I did. You talked about rhythm and poetry. You talked about some challenges that you faced. You talked about your mission as it relates to living in your authentic truth, being able to express and create your art, and guiding the youth.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that you wanted to add to that as far as your mission and vision?
No, I feel like that's everything. That's who I am. That's what I do on a daily basis.
The last thing I did want to ask is about journaling. What role has journaling played in your life? And what role has journaling played in your life?
It's the music. Like, I don't sit down and write in like a paragraph sentence format. Like, and I talked about that in my first interview with TJ too. Like, it don't come out of me like that. Like, it comes out in stanzas. It comes out in rhymes. So that's how you get the music. That's me writing down what I did today. Wake up in the morning and I drink a ginger shot, 20K steps a day, nigga, I run a block because I really take 20K steps a day and I really drink ginger shots most mornings. Like, that was
your entry for the day.
Yeah.
I mean, you answered all my questions, Mick. Did you have anything else you wanted to ask or add?
Anything to add? No. Anybody else got any questions? No.
Where did paper mache come from?
Where did paper mache come from? Paper mache came from, I've said it a couple times, I don't want it to get redundant, but like, I got in a mood where it was like, I'm trying to find who I'm supposed to be. Not anymore, but I got to a point where it's like, I'm trying to find who I'm supposed to be, and I tried to start with, who am I? And it's like, that's like the question that you started with. It's a complex thing, so I had to break it down, which was literally me tearing myself apart, like going through like trials and tribulations in my head, and then intentionally putting it together to create art. So, paper mache. That's literally what paper mache is tearing up things and makes it sound beautiful out of it.
Follow up to that question though. What caused you to open it up to make it accessible for everyone else to create with you?
So I'm always a person that's like, I'm gonna take whoever wanna come with me. So like, when I did the features, those came naturally, like, because it was like, I'm finding the beats. It wasn't like I wrote the songs and then I'm like, I'm gonna have this person on it. It was like I was finding the beats, the first like 5 seconds of the beat for Dear Me. I paused it, I looked at my wife and I'm like, I'm gonna put Cam on this song because his voice gonna sound perfect on it. And we got in the studio, I did my verse and he was like mumbling his verse, like trying to remember his cadence and all that. And I'm like, this is about to be something crazy. And he went in the studio and I'm like, perfectly gelled together. Reason being on paper mache, I've known Reason since 7th grade, so it's like I got to see the person that he grew into, and it wasn't an easy journey. Like, I could see that he tore himself apart and started building new generation and started building these connections that he was building. So it was just he was like the perfect added element to the song. Because that song was done, which is why his part is so small. Because like, if I would have knew ahead of time that like I was gonna put him on there, I would have cut something to make his part more extended. And then like when I did the paper mache challenge, it was because it's like I see that it's so many people trying to do the same thing. Like, and then it's y'all make y'all own art. So let's see what y'all can do with that. And it was also a way for me to see for my next project who I want on there.
That's valuable. Thank you for that.
If y'all don't know, that is the one and only Sheen. We got a couple creators in the building right now. Sheen here, Reason here. We got some young creators in the building that y'all gonna see on camera soon. But
that tour was popping.
gratitude too for opening that verse and letting us get on what you created. Yeah, I was super excited for that.
I was like when I seen on my notifications that he had posted his, I'm like, oh,
It's up.
like before I even clicked it, I'm like, this about to be something crazy.
Okay, because Michael's like
Paper
mache,
mache, I'm cracking the word around me. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god. But no,
Like when that line, I'm like, I could not, literally in the most literal sense, I couldn't have said it better myself.
No, that's why I asked that question, because I was wondering, like, I haven't heard the interviews with your intentions of why you created the song, but I felt like there was something way more impactful behind, like, the intentionality and the symbolism of what paper mache means.
Yeah.
And that's why I was curious of, like, what your intention was behind it, because I really felt that calling very, very strongly. You know, like, yeah, I need to cultivate this more intentionally.
And the crazy thing is, when I wrote paper mache, it wasn't to that beat. It was a different beat I was going to use on the project. And like it wasn't hitting for me, and then I played it for my wife, and she was like I feel the words, but it's like the beat is kind of taken away from it, like not like drowning it out, like it just like I could float on the beat. It wasn't like I was off beat or anything. It just like it wasn't matching the intensity of the song. And then I showed it to her younger brother, my brother-in-law, which I take a lot of my stuff to him first before it go anywhere else, and he was like, "Bro, this joint hot." But like we gotta change the beat, like it's not. And then I found that beat, and it was like immediate. Like I started rapping, like soon as like the first like couple seconds, I started rapping paper mache, and I'm like this, and I ain't show nobody. And then I got to the studio and recorded because I'm like this the one. Like I feel it, regardless of if y'all feel it or not. This gonna be the one.
Energy speak.